Introduce yourself.
Hi Joel, it's nice pleasure to be here with you. I'm Litty Varghese. Uh, I'm here. I'm Joel's wife's sister, cousin sister, and I'm here to answer a few questions.
Okay. So the first question that I would like to ask you is, who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah. Like as a being, who do you think you are? Is it just an accident or something that you think about? Like when you look back, like what does that define you? Or who are you that you are?
Okay, I can't define that.
Okay.
Who am I? I'm just a normal person, like all others. God has created me.
So God is the one who created you.
Yes,
So you're
obviously.
not just an accident.
No,
Like most of the scientists say.
no, I'm not an accident.
Okay.
I'm actually. It's God's purpose. I'm here. Because I still believe that this I don't know if my parents know that I know it. Like they think I was supposed to get aborted. They didn't want me, but I didn't go. It's God's purpose. I'm here.
Okay.
They tried, they couldn't. I'm still here. So it's God's purpose. Yeah.
Okay. And the second question would be, why are you here in this world?
I think it's for some purpose. God has a purpose
So have
to
you
be fulfilled for others.
Okay. So what is the purpose that you've seen in your life, like that you should do? This is why I'm here. Is there any purpose that you found?
From the past couple of years, I feel I'm here to serve some people. I'm not specifying whom, but yeah, to serve some people, to help others, to go in their needs. When they cannot reach there, I need to be there for them, like that.
So other than that, is there any other purpose that God placed you here or in the life that you're in?
That's what, so far in my journey, I felt is that where others can't reach, for them, I'm there, that place. And I think I'm in my family, I'm a bit stronger emotionally compared to my other siblings. So I feel I'm there much stronger for my family. I don't show my emotions out. I stay with them. I act. I always think like, think of today, not tomorrow. Today, my family is happy. I'm able to meet their needs. I'm able to meet my needs. I don't think about tomorrow. Why to worry about tomorrow? So most of the things people worry is what happens tomorrow. See, you never know even if we'll be awake tomorrow morning, right? So I don't think about tomorrow.
Yeah, but so if you don't think about tomorrow, then what's the purpose of life living here?
See, I don't think about tomorrow means I don't think about the negative aspects. You understand?
So what is the purpose of a human being who is made in God's image living here? What's the purpose of life?
Purpose of life? I believe you have to love one another and to support one another
For?
in their needs. I do believe that God's purpose, and I feel is to help others. This world is, how it is. You can't explain so much of crime, so much of sins, and people are not helpful. And that's what I believe in our situation. Help others. See, even past couple of years, I'm not able to focus my career, but I do believe, though I don't go to hospital for a job, but I am frequently visiting hospital most of the days. So I'm able
Some or the other.
Some or the other reason, but I'm able to. It's not for me. It's for others. That's what I think. That is my purpose. God has put me into a family. God knows I'm apt there, and I always felt that because it's me. I'm not telling. It's actually I never realized it, but others realized it and told me, and then it's when I clicked me up because it's me. I'm able to do it. Yeah.
Okay. So the question that you told, the world. What is wrong with the world actually?
It's full of sin. It's sin, and the people around their thoughts, and it's okay. It's very corrupt, evil. So much of evil thoughts, and people do a lot of crimes, sinning, and gambling, and murdering, and stealing, and
So why do they do that?
because they don't know God. They
But
It's a moment of
especially,
heat, moment of anger. So crimes happen, they don't intentionally, most of the 90% of the murders are not intentional. It just happens. The heat, the anger of heat. They don't know how to control their anger. Every human has anger. But I feel they don't know how to control their anger. So it is only through by knowing like God, because He knows His peace. Number understand any situation. I feel you shouldn't jump. Okay, wait. If the other person is angry, wait, calm down. Calm down, don't talk. I prefer to be silent, when the other person is in anger. And then when that person is fine, I will talk. I will tell, see this and this. See, when both sides fight, talk, the heat heats up, right? Yeah.
so the main problem is the sin in people's life, or is it because of the hate that people have with each other, or is it because people are not willing to listen to each other?
Yes, people are not willing to listen to each other. There is sin, there's, I feel there's more of, people want more. They want more and more.
They're not satisfied.
They're not satisfied. They expect more from the other partner. And the other partner expects more. It keeps happening. Money, so all things they don't.
Okay. So there are so many things that is wrong with the world. What is the wrong that can be made right, according to your perspective? Like what should be done to make it right?
I think in education, in our system, we should have a personality, to control anger. Think. Because anger is one thing. Because see, if you see more of stealing, there are a lot of crimes. It's not only about murdering, but if you look at the crimes, I feel murderings are more. The crimes are more, right? So for that, it is mostly because of heat, in anger. So you should be able to control that. Anger personality class, and most parents, okay, they teach their children to be competitive, which I feel is wrong. No, you shouldn't be competitive. Like if you even if you have to get the cup, just kick that guy and throw it out. That attitude. That's absolutely wrong. If you shouldn't expect from a child to get gold medal. Let him be what is his passion, and just encourage him, and don't tell him be sufficient. What we need is sufficient. That is what I feel. It's all about what we teach our children. It's mostly in the parents' hand.
But there are so many generations who teach their children good, but still they fall away.
I feel this 90% of the generation teach the children to be,
competitive. That is in Indian education, true. But if you look at US, UK, it's very different. But even there is more wars than before, right?
See, those family who are not competitive, who don't teach children who are competitive, they don't have any values. They don't teach them anything. In the US, if you think, they don't teach them anything. Those family who are very career-oriented, they'll have prayer, but at the same time, they will tell them to be competitive. You should pray, you should do that, you should be competitive. But those who don't have, I feel those families don't have anything. Yeah, that's what. We should not be teaching kids such things.
But so if your son is being taught rightly, with good personality development, with good values and principles, do you think he'll be a better person, or will he?
See, according to scientists, okay, till 10 years of age, 10 or less than 8 or 10 years of age, we can mold a bit of his character, not the entire thing.
Yeah.
Later, his perspective, what he receives, what he perceives from the environment, what others do, his circle of friends. So there's a limit what his parents can teach, but remaining his environment, where we put the child.
True. So let me just paraphrase. So what is wrong with the world is sin and the people's heat and anger and greed.
Yeah.
Right? And what it can be made right is building up the generation with good morals and good principles and good things to do. But even in early church tradition, early forefathers and all, they also taught the same thing. In the sense, when the Christianity grew up, or when any new religion comes up, their children is so fervent in the values, the moral values, the personality development, everything, right? But still, after a few years, we come to square one.
That is it. I feel they should be consistent, right? It is.
But no generation is consistent, no? If you think about it, if you look back, yes, you're telling about consistency. But how sure are you that your son will be consistent? You were never sure.
Yeah, we're never sure, but
So if it is like that, then how can the world be right?
I didn't get you.
Okay, see, look, 100 years from now, right? It'll be the same again. It's like telling the repeaters and the
See,
history
I
is
feel
repeating.
until
No?
God comes, sin is going to be ever there.
Okay.
It is going to be there. They're going to sin. It is who is going to, obviously, devil has to take over the entire world, then only he can come, right? Then only Jesus can come down until he takes over, and then only everything happens, right? So obviously, till God, we should be teaching our kids, like till he comes, we have to be right. And I always believe, see, most of the children, they think, the more we pray, the more we have promise. Okay? But that's not right. The more we pray, God allows testification. It's not because he doesn't love us, it's because he loves us more. He wants us to get purified in spiritually. I know India, because he loves us more. Because he knows we can take it. Only those who can take it, he'll give you that problem. That's what my thinking is. So there are many people who say, oh my God is punishing, or God is cursing. I won't believe it. And I know people who told me also, and I don't believe it. And I asked him, was Job cursed? Was he cursed initially? He was God's pet.
Yeah.
Right. How can you say that? Was Paul cursed? No. His life was every day a hell for him, actually.
Yeah.
If you see, his Christian life was every day a hell. Right? Not because God... How can he curse? There are people who told me that. You're cursed, that's why... you have curse in your family, that's why... What nonsense. How can they say that? Being in Christianity. And I don't believe in that. I believe because he definitely allows testification. He allows testification only those he loves the more.
Yeah.
Remaining, I feel those people who remaining will have all cool life. Not cool life. Or happy, moderate life. But those whom he knows he can testify, and she's strong enough or he's strong enough to withstand evil power, there'll be more testification. Because it's not the end, there's more to it. Nobody knows what is the end. But I definitely am sure that I will be rewarded, or we will be rewarded for the sufferings or anything that we have gone through. And it's because he loves us more, and not curse or hate or punishment. People say God punishes. He's so merciful, right? He doesn't punish.
He desires mercy, not sacrifice.
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah. So I'm so curious. What made you come to this point of realization of what you're thinking about? God's creation. I'm having a purpose. God has given me a purpose. Sin is wrong in the world. Only Christ, when He comes, will He renew the old earth and everything. Was this realization from smallhood itself? It was like that, or did something really click you that you really changed your perspective?
When I was small, I was very spiritual. I remember I finished my Bible at the age of, when I was 12, I finished the entire reading Bible. Okay, and I was in 6th. I was very spiritual. And I remember my brothers told me, you were fan leader? I think you punish. And I used to go and put the fan. I used to have that, you're on God's style, I'm putting fan. They used to, like that. I used to, I used to always read Bible, and I don't know, I had that, thing in me. I always feel, and always my aunts used to tell me, you are the chosen one in your family. I always used to feel that, and even Cinemama and cousin, they tell me, you have that in you. So I always feel, yes, obviously I always fight with God also. Like, come on, man, you don't love me. You're just torturing me. I do that, but I know, at the end, though there'll be 4-5 days of pain or crying, but the 4th day, somehow there'll be a, keyhole opening.
Yeah. So, because I know somewhat of the story, I'm just asking you, do you think suffering really enlightens us how we see life?
How Christian life?
No, does suffering enlighten us how we see life?
Yes, it do.
Because so many people say, where all people are suffering and they don't, they're all depressed and everything.
Yes, I'll tell you, yes.
So,
yes,
but when you actually talk to the people who are suffering, I'm not telling they're glad, but they've learned a lot of things that they wouldn't have learned.
Yes.
So would you say the same?
Yes. Definitely, because I know my friend. Okay, he was an atheist. He's a Christian. He was born and brought up in Kuwait. He was an ENT doctor. He's no more. Yeah, but the last 1.5 years of his life, he was so spiritually. I mean, he was ready to die. He was ready. I'm okay. I'm going to God. I'm going to Jesus. He never believed in, when I used to say something, he's like, you just shut up. That attitude he had, but the last 1.5 years, though he knows his condition, he's a medical doctor, so obviously he knows his condition, where it can reach, what's the success rate and everything of his illness. But definitely at the last 1.5 years, he was so spiritual. He just gave his life. He was ready to go.
But do you think that's a clutch that people use, or is it true?
Like
when people get sad or suffering, they clutch out to God,
See,
or
I
is it
believe-
true?
the minute you were born on earth, okay, your suffering starts. But we don't realize. As a child, when the child is born, he cries. He has a pain. He's suffering. Why is he crying? He can smile, right?
Yeah.
He can smile. Why is he crying? But he cries. He cries and come out. He knows he's come to the world for suffering. No, I feel every Christian life, especially Christian life, I take it out. A Christian life will have to suffer. They're not going to escape like that. They have to, to reach the kingdom of heaven, I feel we have to go through all this. Because it's not easy to reach there.
So it's like Jesus telling, deny the cross, follow me. In this life you will have suffering. The world hates you because it hated me.
The world won't hate you. Okay? Because the world needs us. Like, I feel everybody uses each other.
No, but when you actually become faithful in terms with, serving each other or loving each other, the world's kind of calculation is very different. Where if you bring money, then you're loved, or if you bring money, you're served, or if you bring money, you're doing that. Other than, even there's a lot of backlash that even Jesus, like, if you think about why was Jesus crucified, he was a good person on the earth, the best. But why? And they started creating formulas to tell him that he was the wrongest person, right? So even martyrs, if you look at Christian martyrs, why would they die? They were the nicest people on earth. So as you told, sufferings is there, but it's also there that the world...
Because they can't accept, right, Christianity. They can't accept Jesus.
So is there instance in your life where you have shared out your heart, being that honest however you are, but is there backlash that you've gotten from many people or your friends or your family?
To date, I'm really blessed with friends. I'm really blessed with friends. They're very sincere to me to date. Anything in call, they're there. But then I never got backlash or anything. They're there.
Because of your faith.
Yes, maybe because of my faith, or I don't know. I'm always blessed with my friend circles. The best part is my friend circles is my sister's friend circles also. I was always being blessed. Always. I think when I was a child, I still have those as my very close friends. They cheating me or nothing like that so far. Nor I am also like, maybe, I don't know, it's because of that, I don't know, for sure. I'm always blessed with good friends, and when I was in Mangalore, I was the first one to go from my family. I could have gone anyway.
Yeah.
My parents would have not realized.
Yeah.
Nobody could have realized. But my friend circles are very close to God and prayerful, and that's what God put me there. I told you when I was a child itself, I had that thing, and that's why God put me there. There was a chance where I could change to medical, but God didn't, because in the friend circles, I didn't want to go. I didn't walk on, no, there's no seat. I had a chance. Obviously, like shift. I said, cancel. Because I don't know, God made me say that or what. I wanted to be with my friends.
Yeah.
Those friend circles are really religious, and not religious, they're very close to God, very faithful. Yeah, maybe that's what I could go any angle. Nobody would have, And Mangalore is a place, Punjab and drugs and everything is there. But yeah, God's grace. That's what God had a. He had a, He has picked me, I feel. Yeah.
So is there any point in your life that you rebelled against God that you can think of?
Obviously. As a human, you will not fight. We fight with our parents. Right?
But is there something that you you regret that you rebelled against God, like
No, I don't
so hard?
regret because I'll do it again. I'll still do it again. I'm never going to regret because come on, now that next problem. See again. See why do you want to keep on putting this to me? Right? Yeah. I think when he got cough and I'm like, my God, why he just got in September? He was 2 weeks admitted. Why again? That's what. But at last I know there's no other way. It's only him. I know that. Like I tell God, see, I can't go satanic way and get magics done. See, I have only finally it's you. I have to come to you. You know, I tell him like that. This. Yeah.
In terms with how Esau was growing up, what are the things that you would instill on him, like, or you want him to know, no matter what?
The most important thing I want him to have is giving. I want him to have a giving nature. I just like give. You have, give. You don't have, give. That is what very important thing I want to focus on. But I think sheri though. The minute I asked him to, he will like no. Yeah, he's still a child. Yeah, but yeah, I'm trying most of things. I make him the money I give it. I who comes for asking my anything help, I make him give. I make him talk to comfort others. Like that. I'll tell him Aisha Pajal Matadar. He was like, Aisha Pajamanda.
Wow.
Yeah, like that.
So in spiritual life, do you think your whole, you're being godly of how God wants you to be godly?
No, I'm not up to his mark. Not at all. I think just 10%. The more and more he'll bring testifications, and more he'll purify me. Like the potter's vessel, he'll make it proper. But I'm not up to his mark. Every time I'll tell God, but today, every day I'm going to sit and pray. Just this time you heal Isu. This time. Again, yeah, I won't be consistent yet.
So is there something that you, like after 10 years when you look back, do you think you'll be the same?
I mean, obviously I'll be more matured. I think he will change. See what my thinking, and if you see what is Abhiya thinking, it's two different things. Maybe I will not be able to accept what he's telling. Come on. Right?
Yeah.
Recently she was talking about a principle. The Bijumon, no, he's so, I'm like, did you study? No, he's purposely failing everybody. I'm like, yeah.
Not because he's studying.
Yeah. No, 11th. I said, how they'll fail? They won't pass. They don't know their school results will come. No. He's there for failing others.
Yeah, it's a classic teen.
Yeah. So it's obviously after 10 years I'll be much matured.
So, like now when you look back, what are the life lessons you've learned?
Every day I feel is a lesson.
No, see, like when you talked about Abhiya, so around 30 years or 20 years or 10 years, when you look back, there are so many things that you really learned, right? So is there something?
One thing I really learned is, let that people experience. Like for example, if I tell Abhiya, even I have said the same thing. That principle, that physics doesn't give mark only.
Yeah.
You understood? Yeah. He pushing. He won't give marks. He just wants to fail us because he wants me to go to his tuition. I used to say that, not because I never studied. You understood?
Yeah.
So like that. It's let them. Our age, they'll slowly come out. They'll get mature. They'll come out. Eventually, they'll come out. When you put in the situation, when you are in that situation, like my mother-in-law says, okay, let Isu break 2-3 things. Then only you will know the importance of those things. Yeah. Recently, you broke my TV. Now we're using one very 10,000 rupees TV, okay, very expensive TV. So now you know the value of TV. Isu TV you understood? That's what. Leave it to them. Let them experience and come. But make sure they have God in them, so that we why they go. But if you tell a children, come on, if you go to college, don't have relationships, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
They will have, definitely, our age or the hormones and such things, your parents can't expect them not to have a relationship. They're going to hide. They're going to lie. Right? 90%, I think there will be 10% of people like that, but 90% of the teen will have some sort of, but we should instill God in them. They will know what is right, what is wrong, what you shouldn't do, what you should do. Everything should be mind.
But most of the generations now are moving away from God, right?
Because there's so much things more. See, it's like I told you, right? Christian life is very hard. Every
So,
day is
like
different.
when you see a lot of generation moving out, a lot of atheists coming out telling, "I really don't want this religious stuff." What is the hope that you have for Esau and your children there? Where
It's all, 10% is what I can, 25% is what I can instill in him, right? Remaining is what he perceives, where I put him in his environment, what is his friend circles. That's what I told you, my friend circles were very good, very, very religious, and they're still, they're not even married, they're just, for, they shouldn't even marry Nikhil. She doesn't want to, my friends. Like, she knows, Krishna knows it. So, അത് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മൾ അവരെ where they are. See, if you put them to a world where everything is accessible and easy, and the world is very beautiful. What's not nice? You have money, you can do anything. So, and I feel you should limit. And one thing I feel you should never tell your children you have so much money. Very important thing. Like, you should know, okay, your parents have this much. പഠിക്കാനുള്ള പൈസ ഉള്ളൂ. Then they will not. പിന്നെ I feel എല്ലാം അവർക്ക് കുറച്ച് അറിയാൻ കൊടുക്കണം. You should make them experience. That's because they will hide and they'll do it. At the same time, I feel when I was in 12th, 11th, I used to be in Pushperi Hospital. My mom was admitted for some treatment. I don't remember exactly. So what I used to do is, and I don't know if you know A.C. Kurinachan. Do you know? He passed away.
I've heard.
Yeah, I was very close to him.
Okay.
Yeah, very close to him. Every day he was in charge of something. He was head of something. So every day I used to go with him to the chemo ward.
Chemo.
Yeah. Every day I used to talk to patients. Then later he never used to come. I used to go rounds. I used to go, and he used to come visit mummy every day. Papa and evening evening he'll take me and go, and I used to be with each patient. I used to talk to them. Yeah.
So what are things that you learned there?
I remember, okay, once one chairman, he never wanted to talk to me. He was very angry with me. I used to eat in their plate. We used to have food together. They used to give me also. I used to eat. But this Sachin never used to talk to me. Never. He's very angry. He wanted, like, because he had some bad experience from his wife or something. So he doesn't like women. Later, he started, I started being very nice to him. I started like, later he started being friendly with me, and he wanted to see me daily. Like that. I remember.
But from dying patients, what have you learned? Is there something that you learned?
They were very sweet. They were like, maybe I was small. I don't remember exactly, but I remember still Isukurinachan praying for one girl. I mean, she was just 20-25. She was very young. Her face was full radiation. I don't know if she's there now. I don't know. She was in a very at an end stage. I remember her family, her brother. They were all very. I'm very happy to be I'm kind of serious in Haritil. I'm still just 17. But her family was very sad, And I was like, like that. Yeah, I had a very good experience those 2 months. I was never with my mom. And a bystander, mommy a bystander. I used to be full time, I wanted. Yeah, and now when I see, I don't know. I have people who are going through the same thing in my life also. Yeah.
Now, because you're married and because you have a kid and all these years experience, how do you think a family should run?
Family should run?
Yeah.
അത് ഓടിക്കോളൂ ഒരു കൊച്ചുണ്ടല്ലോ ഓടിക്കോളൂ seriously, when you have a kid, just run. You won't know how your day goes, especially if you're working, Yeah.
But if you're working and if you're just going with the flow, the world, like you told, the world is of hate and anger. And if you look at social media, it's filled with, different kinds of greed, lust and everything. So if you're not instilling, like, is there something that you can instill in your kid, or having a habit of, prayer, or what is it that could lead a good family?
Communication. You need good communication with your son, with your husband, mainly with the child. Talk to him. Whatever is his mind, his friends, his bad things he's done, accept it. Accept that he's done. And tell him. When he's calm, when he thinks he's fine now, his temper is out, talk to him. Communication. I mean, main is communication. Even if it's a child, once you communicate, obviously, if the parent is fearful to God, obviously when we talk, we have that thing in our conversation, right? At the end of the day, we'll stop in God only. When we talk to him, we automatically will come. So communication is main.
So even if you're communicating good, see, the world is influencing really well, right? How should a family influence a child well? Is it just communication?
Through God, everything, our deeds, our words, everything, it's through God. If I am a godly person, if I have
I understood. So how should a day go in that kind of family? How should a day go?
In what kind of family?
In that godly family that you're talking about, like communication, godly family, what are the things that should be done in terms with making sure that it's very if you don't have any structure in the family, it's very different because
Yes.
So-
I have made sure that we have a lunch.
So how do you do that?
I make sure.
Like
We
how?
have-
So when you get up in the morning, so can you just tell
Oh, you want my schedule?
Yeah.
That is really bad. Okay, schedule. See, obviously when we get up, I don't have my morning prayers around the kitchen. But yeah, definitely I'll go, and once we have a breakfast, we are together. We talk on the table. Me, Isu. We have a side chair. I pull him next to us, and we talk. Isu and we talk. We are in his world. Both of us are in his world only. Yeah, even lunch also we have together. Dinner also. Dinner, most of the times I make him give early because he doesn't have his timing sheet. Correct. So, most of the time, breakfast and lunch we have it together. Snacks, when his grandmom comes and sits on the table and talk and and then he will do 90% down to kusardi. We have time to shouting it up. Yeah, I like that.
Okay. So is there something, after all me asking you these questions, is there something that any new revelation that you got from yourself or that you didn't know that you told something?
Oh.
No.
Yes, I'm aware of what I told you.